Gregg, your legacy here is tremendous. What you've done has been remarkable. The impact that you've had on me personally, I want to thank you. There are very few people that have that E.F. Hutton kind of experience. Gregg is one of those, is that when Gregg speaks, everybody listens. And we're going to miss that. We really are.
Well, it's great that Robert's going to talk about Cincinnati, because I remember the phone call from Robert that brought me to Cincinnati very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really because of him that I came here.
Yes. So, and Robert, we have a lot to thank you for. Clearly, you're responsible for all this stuff. And, it's an amazing
standing
way.
here so that I can see you all, and I hope you can all hear me. It's a great pleasure for Miffy and me to be here. The celebration of 40 years of a department here at UC. This year, for me, there is another anniversary. I graduated in medicine from the School of Medicine in Dublin, in Ireland, 70 years ago. An awful lot has happened since then. And of course, I have many memories. And if I spent the rest of the night talking to you, I would have not reached half of them. And most of the memories are wonderful. So of course, life being what it is, there's also tragedies, and we've had our share. However, tonight, I think back and think, what on earth is going to be going on in medicine in the next 70 years? There are wonderful things that have been happening in this country. Beyond any doubt, they have the best specialists in the world. It's in the area of primary care, where you are engaged one way or another, that the quality and the goodness of the practice of medicine will develop. And it will develop. It will develop because patients are going to become much better educated in the health field. The internet, Google, and so on is just the beginning. And it's the patient who pays for it all. And I think you will see an enormous development of the influence of the recipients of care who are going to demand better than they're now getting. I think that there are special interests for me tonight. One is to say thank you, but also for me to thank several people. This department would not be one of the best family medicine departments in the country had it not been for the people, the physicians, the administrators who collected here. It's a fine part of the country in which to practice medicine. We're losing somebody who has meant so much to this department, Dr. Gregg Warshaw. Gregg, I first heard of him before I came to Cincinnati. I was running a department which I'd started in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I decided I was going to come to a better place called Cincinnati. Now, Miffy did say to me, "Where is that?" And she was very happy because in those days there was a direct flight from Cincinnati. But One of the things that I've learned a lot as a GP in the National Health Service in England, National Health Service, not socialized health service. Socialized health service, the health givers are paid by the government. Nationalized means there's a nationwide system in which doctors, nurses, and so on participate. I work by contract with the government, and part of my practice had nothing to do with the government. There were private patients who just wanted to spend more money, and when they got a heart attack, they wanted to go up to London to see the best, and there were provisions for that. But the health service in England took 100 years to develop. So for all of his good ideas and all of his attempts, Obama cannot do it in 2 or 3 years. It will take generations. And the evolution even then won't stop, because medicine is continually changing. Let me get back to Gregg. Gregg, his name was associated. He was very young then. But even then, he was associated with geriatrics. And I was looking for the impossible, an expert in both family medicine and geriatrics. And they said to me, you will never get this guy out of the grips of Duke University. They will never let him go. He is so good. Let me have a talk. And I don't know what happened, but I think Maple Knoll was a big factor. It was a nursing home, a very good one. And they were interested because this guy Smith came along and was talking about a family doctor geriatrician. And we got the job of providing medical services there. And I think that was one of the factors that attracted. But he's here and he's going to be leaving. He deserves a rest. Retiring is very nice, you know. It's like when you wake up in the morning, it's like the weekend. And we wish you and thank you so much for what you have done. You have enormously added to the quality of our department by yourself and your lovely wife and your children. You've been a model for us, and thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
The second person I want to speak to is your chairman. I first met Phil when he was applying for residency. I was very interested in his CV. It was extraordinary. What a background. Here he was, a charming, smiling young man with a double doctorate in a very demanding field, a PhD in pathology and an MD. I said to him, hey, you could go to any residency program in the country and they welcome you with open arms. Why on earth are you coming to us? He said, beaming, he said, Ohio's my hometown is in Ohio. And my dad's a family doctor. And my older brother is also a family doctor. So it's just natural for me to want to be in this part of the world training in family medicine. As I come on, sign up quickly. Phil was a great resident, and without any doubt, he became chief resident. Not only did he become chief resident, when he graduated, we opened our arms to invite him as a member of our faculty. But he did something extraordinarily important for this city. He started a residency program in what is considered to be the best of the community hospitals, the Christ Hospital. Now that wasn't easy because there was a certain amount of competition going on between these two institutions. But Phil, with his gentle manner, his intelligence, he knew how to handle people, and so on. That residency program grew and built a bridge between Christ and UC, which the big shots in both hospitals for years had been trying to establish. And here was this young guy just quietly working away, doing a great job. The residents and the people working with the residents, the patients, the reports coming back were excellent. And now he is chairman of this department. You're lucky folk, that's what I can say. And it's a great pleasure for me to have the position to be able to publicly thank you, Phil, so much.
Thank you.
I come from Ireland, where they have the gift of the gab. And it's about time I stopped. But I wish you all a good, happy future, a productive one, and one that you enjoy. Thank you.